We're going to get you out here well before the top of that. We'll give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. This is our live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. With us is Wade Scott. It's Wednesdays with Mitch. We got Big Al McMordie. Shout out to Tatum there. Big Al McMordie. It's Jay Briggs and Rod Zawacky. And here's how the lineup for this evening. We've got Briggs, Mitch, McMordie, Scott, Zawacky, and then I will close this one out. All right, it's our first big schedule from the NBA this season. We'll have a lot of NBA coverage. Also, hockey and college football on the board. So let's get this one underway. Let's welcome in Jay Briggs in today. We'll catch him over at Pick Dogs for him. Catch his live shows here on the network. Bring him in right now. Ready to roll with Jay. Jay, what's happening?
Tony T, how you doing? What's happening?
Doing great. All right. We'll talk a little bit about your Rangers. Be careful what you wish for, man. Be careful who you wish for.
You're right. I said I wanted the Diamondbacks. I thought it was the more favorable matchup. But they've been hot. They're in the World Series for a reason. And their way there was not an easy way through. So
yeah, the bullpen carried them the last 4 weeks of the season. Last 2 weeks regular season and into this playoffs, it's been bullpen. I have never seen movement from these relievers in my life. I've seen a lot of deep X Dodgers, and I'm looking at this ball and where did this come from? But that's for another time. But anyway, here we go. Very familiar team here, Thunder here on the drive. Thunder, they never learn with these Thunder. Thunder here at the Bulls. The Bulls laying 2.5, total 225.5.
Yeah, Tony T. I'm part of that popular here on the show with the Thunder, and I'm taking them here opening night. This number has actually come back our direction as well. I'm taking them straight up money line. I like the points as well, though, but I just think this team is ready to take that next step forward, and the Chicago Bulls, they're going the opposite direction. The Oklahoma City Thunder, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I really love what I've seen from him playing with Team USA this offseason. They added Chet Holmgren to the fold there in Oklahoma City. This is a team that made the postseason last year, and I think they're just getting better and better. Lou Dort, one of the best defensive players in the NBA. I just think the Thunder are the better team in this matchup. I think the number isn't reflective of that. I think the Chicago Bulls, while they did make the play-in, this is a team that more often than not cannot put it together. And I like the Bulls. The Bulls are probably going to be in a similar situation as last year, but player for player, roster for roster, team for team, I just think the Thunder Buddies are the better team, and I'm going to take them here at the plus money, straight up on the money line.
All right, Jay here on the Thunder plus 2.5 here against the Bulls. Bulls really not much of a inside scoring team, mostly shoot from the outside. It's tough to get scoring inside here in this Thunder. Interesting to note here, it's always key to know who's on these expiring contracts getting into the season. And DeRozan is one of those players on an expiring contract. Of course, no talk. I haven't heard much talk here of any extension. So the Bulls, they don't get off to a good start. Here's a player that you could see in another uniform come All-Star break.
Yeah, and I would not be surprised at that outcome happening at all. I think the Bulls are, more likely heading for a blow-up at the trade deadline. I think that's because we've seen this team, and they haven't been able to do much of anything. So, I think it's fair to say, why does it change here now? I like DeMar DeRozan. He had some good years in Toronto. He's still a good player. I think, he would be a good second option, third option on a contending team. But being a first option, I think it's past his prime. And Zach LaVine, he's never been a one. You got 2 2s or maybe even 3 3s trying to be the top 2 guys, and it hasn't paid dividends for the Bulls.
Yeah,
the Thunder have a legitimate top 10 guy in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, in my opinion. I think that they make some noise again like they did last year, maybe even better.
Yeah, Alexander, the question here for this Thunder team is, can they get scoring when SGA is on the bench? That's the big question. For them to get to that next level?
Yeah, and you're right, $1 million question. And they tried to address that. They with Cason Wallace, drafting him this year. I think we're going to learn a lot about this team early on in the season. But I think that is the biggest question mark here for this team. Can Josh Giddey possibly stay in and play like that second, like point guard facilitator role that he's good in? Just see how they put it together. But all in all, if they can weather that storm, I think they're going to be right there in the thick of things in the West.
How about the 10th pick in the draft here in Wallace?
I like Wallace. I thought that was a great pickup for them. You know, he's a guy that can facilitate, but also get his own shot. So, how quickly will he catch up to the NBA? Is the $1 million question, but we'll see. We're soon to find out.
Yeah,
I like
it's our memory when SGA didn't play in Memphis. Doubled them up just about, right? A couple of years ago. That was pretty embarrassing. Okay, Jay, we got you here. We got to talk about this. Coming up on Friday, Diamondbacks and Rangers. This will be game 1 of the World Series. We got odds up here. D-backs, dogs here. Rangers minus 165. We see the total of 8.
Yeah, they just announced starting pitchers. It will be Zach Gallen and Nathan Eovaldi. It's a tough because the Rangers, they just lost 3 straight home games. So, and we just saw the Diamondbacks win 2 straight road games in what I've said all postseason, the toughest venue in Philadelphia. Nathan Eovaldi has been that guy in the postseason. A big game, Nate. His numbers are up there with some of the all-time greats in the postseason, all-time in baseball. The Rangers, can they click it back together at home is the $1 million question. The Diamondbacks are not going down easy in this one. And plus money with a team playing as hot as the Diamondbacks are is hard to pass up. I've been on the Diamondbacks quite a bit this postseason run. I know they're going up against my Rangers, and I really want my Rangers to win the World Series. It's tough, Tony. I'm on the fence.
On the fence there in game number 1. You got to wonder here if they have a quick hook here with Gallen, because Gallen on that road can be a little shaky here. I remember in that spot there in Philadelphia. But when you have the bullpen performing like they are, the question is, how deep does Gallen go in this game?
That's a good question. The Rangers, we've seen them jump out early a lot of the time in this postseason. So can they get out on Gallen is the question. And get into that Diamondbacks bullpen. It has been great this postseason, but the Rangers offense was one of the best in baseball all season. And, although they were really dominant and have been dominant this postseason on the road, they played their best baseball at home all season. Their run differential at home was something crazy. It's going to be interesting to see if they can put it back together. The Astros kind of just had their number here in Arlington. I think they can get back to it, man. I think they can get back to it. They're going to say it's a homer pick, Tony T, but I'm going to take my Rangers here in game 1 with my guy Nathan Eovaldi.
Eovaldi. So for the series, obviously you're looking Rangers in how many games? 6. All right, 6. So get your tickets for Game 6 in Texas. So there you go. Because that will be home, right? It's 2-3-2 usually in the postseason. All right, so there we go. Got a quick look here at the World Series. We've got numbers on it, but on the NBA tonight, Thunder plus 2.5 here against the Bulls. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Big card here from the NBA. Of course, we got one on the ice, some college football on the board as well. Jay, off to a good start in NFL. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yes, sir, man. Y'all know what time it is. NBA time. It's that time of year, one of my favorite time of years. And I got 4 plays in total, but I got a money-making 3-pack you guys can hop on. And, of course, I have a top play over at Pick Dogs Premium. That top play is included in the money-making 3-pack. But as you know, man, it's that time of year. The best thing to do is to hop on something long-term with everything coming back. College basketball will be here in the blink of an eye as well. So we're back in the daily grind of having spots to make money every single day. So those long-term packages are the best way to go. Pair me up 2-for-1 capper special with any one of the guys on the show today. And let's make some money here at Pick Dogs.
That's right, guys. Got to Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs Premium. Pick is a promo code. Save that 15% off. You can add multiple cappers with that multiple capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Jay, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow. But let everybody know we can catch you in the morning shows. Of course, your rundown as well. Big NBA card tonight, big NBA rundown.
Yes, sir. Y'all can catch me every morning on the morning show. Me, Mitch, and Chris. Tomorrow, just me and Ruffalo. Tune in. Smaller NBA card with just 2 games, but we cooked up the whole card today. I drop my jam session every day. I go through every single game in the NBA every single day, so you can check that out. And, of course, I do an afternoon show just about every day here at Pick Dogs as well, so you can tune in there. And hosting the weekend show. So a lot of content for me here at Pick Dogs. I love doing it all, trying to help everybody make some money, and I love learning from all the guys here as well. So I think it's the best place to be, and join us, subscribe, hit that like button, and let's make some money.
All right, who hoists the NBA title this year? I like Denver last year. Who do you like? Uh-oh.
You're going to get something started that you don't want to start, Tony T. You're going to get a 30-minute ramble session coming up. But
let's get that chat room going.
I'm taking the Boston Celtics. I'm taking the Boston Celtics right now today. If I had to, if you put my arm behind my back, I would say the Boston Celtics. Mitch is going to come out here and tell you otherwise, but
well, we'll see because coaching changes with Milwaukee. We've seen some turnover in Philadelphia, that mess over there. Cleveland, are they ready for that next step? So there's a little more continuity there. Although they didn't move Marcus Smart, so there was a lot of changes there in the Eastern Conference, and we'll see how it rolls there. Maybe you would say Milwaukee got a new coach. Probably in the continuity, I would say Cleveland, but I don't think they're ready. I think there was a lot of changes at the top there. Miami's a team also to keep an eye on. That's one that didn't change a whole lot other than get a draft pick. All right, Jay, have a great night. We'll tune in for the show. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Yes, sir, Tony T. See you tomorrow, my man.
See you tomorrow. Jay Briggs here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next, let's bring in Mitch. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Catch him in the mornings. Also, his video series here, 7 picks in 5 minutes. So bring him in right now. Ready to roll with Mitch here on a Wednesday. Mitch, what's happening?
I just clown emoji Jay Briggs there on the segment. I'm sorry, man. Celtics, you gotta be kidding me, man. You're part of the problem. It's like if you're on board with them, you're part of the problem. They got beat by a play-in team in Game 7 by 20 points at home as a 7.5-point favorite, and their best player scored 14 points. It's like, the hell are you talking about, man? You had your chance, and that's all you had. And how do you fix it? How do you go out and fix it? You give your second best player, who basically ghosted you in the whole series, $64 million a year. I mean, here's a franchise that has lost their way. You think if Red was still there, that would have gone on? Heads would have rolled, man.
Who are you liking? Miami to get back in the East and do it this year?
Oh, they're the team to beat in the East. In order to be the man, you got to beat the man. And it goes through Miami, because if they were able to do it as a play-in team, imagine what they'll be able to do if they stay healthy and put themselves in a reasonable spot throughout the playoffs.
That's right. No hero there in the finals, so we'll see how it rolls here. All right,
Mitch. No hero in the finals, and plus the addition of Jaquez along with Bam, they basically have lost nobody that was a key contributor to the team. They lost the guy that's hurt all the time.
Strus?
No, the other guy. No. The guy that's hurt all the time. He was on the Pacers. Then
Justice.
Gosh. The guy from Indiana. Victor Oladipo.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, he was – I don't know if –
lost no Oladipo. It's like, yeah, we never had him. It's kind of just like no Zion. Who cares? It's like, tell me something I don't know.
That's right.
Eventually, I've had this discussion all day. I've been online on live about 2 hours today, or 4 hours today total. Our morning show ran a little bit long. Didn't feel like it. An hour and 44 minutes, and then our NFL show ran an hour and 35 minutes.
Okay.
But at the same time, the moral of the story is I'm a firm believer that just because ESPN likes you and some magazine and some Twitter feed likes you, it doesn't mean you're good. You got to actually win when you get on the court, or at least play. First you got to play. Like Zion Williamson, first you got to play. You can't be ranked in the top 10 in the league if you don't play. I'm sorry, And then other guys, you have to earn it. You might be great. You might have the potential to be great, but you're not great. Like Bryce Harper, dum-dum, right, is what we call him, and appropriately so, because every time he opens his mouth, he just sounds like he got it. Well, you get 300. We figure you get 300 for getting your name right on the ACT or whatever. He got a 210. And I mean, this guy is about as dumb as a box of rocks. It's like every time he opens his mouth. Trey Turner, that's why he gets paid. Why? Because with one out and guys on first and second, down by 2 runs in Game 7 at home, he pops out to center field. That's why he gets the big money, or because you deserve the big money because you had 2 outs, first and second, game on the line, and basically did the same thing. I mean, I don't see it. This, to me, the Diamondbacks Phillies sums up so much as what's wrong with sports today, and the perception of sports and the perception of today's athletes, where they're gifted and given awards and titles without ever earning it on the court. And while we've spent an entire generation putting down LeBron James for losing championship games, he's got a few rings also, and a pretty good amount, and all those other extracurricular participation awards like the MVP and all that, he's got those too. So it's like, it's not just about that. And he played on some bad teams and got them there, So I don't know, man. It to me, it's all lost here, because there's more superstars in the NBA than we've ever had. I mean, these guys, every team has a superstar, or more than one. And then, along with that, there's a bunch of guys that are just cold-blooded killers out there, like Shea, who are just on the way up. And then, and then we have this whole Tatum and Brown and Giannis. I mean, Giannis at least has a ring, but it's like Tatum and Brown, and Tatum, Brown, Tatum, Brown. It's like, these guys are clowns, man. They're a joke. If you took this, if you're laying plus 340 on the Celtics to win the championship, just give me your money. Just give it to me. I'll spend it. I'll flush it down the toilet for you. It'll save everybody a lot of pain and suffering.
There you go. And of course, Mitch, you mentioned how the bullpens now are deciding games. No greater example than here with this Diamondbacks. If you looked at the rotations here back a few years ago, there's no way Arizona with that rotation. Your Zach Davies, your Ryan Nelsons, who else was on that rotation? Oh my God! Once you got past Gallen and Kelly, I've never seen a worse 3, 4, and 5 for a team this deep.
Well, Aaron Nola, who was basically a low-life piece of garbage and couldn't get it done for his team either, is a free agent now, and we're going to see what the reward is for losing Game 7 for your team is. Basically, he lost it, Was it 6 or 7 he lost? 6. He lost
Rangers.
Game 6, a chance to clinch at home and kind of just, take all doubt out of it, just clinch Game 6. Gigantic minus 185 favorite, or maybe even more in some books. He got some journeyman, guy making about $245 a year, beating him up to a pulp.
Yep.
And now he's going to go out there and sign some giant free agent contract. So that just tells you this is what's wrong with sports, man. The Phillies, $270 million in salary. Diamondbacks, $270 million in base. Diamondbacks, $60 million in base. It basically is the equivalent to Buster Douglas's payout versus Mike Tyson. It's the same. It's the same, and it should be treated as such. Got to get Dung King out of your life, Phillies.
Yeah. All right. So we transition from World Series NBA title to UTEP and Sam Houston State. We love our Conference USA here on Tuesday, Wednesday. We know these teams better than any teams in college football, Mitch. Conference USA, we know them better than any, so we should be good. We should be right with these teams. UTEP, Sam Houston State here. Sam Houston laying 3.5, total 37.5.
Well, once again, the Sharps are all over Sam Houston, and they have been getting their butts kicked all season long on Sam Houston. Sam Houston 0-7 straight up, 3-1 against the number, but in these spots, where the Sharps have been in love with them, where it's like, they haven't won a game, and then there's all these trends and all this other bullshit. What it's been, the last 2 games, New Mexico State 27-13 at New Mexico State. And then you lost at FIU straight up when you had the game won as a 5-point favorite. Once again, favored by more points than they are tonight, losing straight up by 6. And now against a UTEP team that, I got to tell you, man, they're not that bad compared to Sam Houston. And UTEP, not good, but a bowl team the last 2 seasons, and at least against FIU, they beat them by 13 points. That game was also at Tamiami Stadium. And, I don't see it, man. I just see a lot of value here. UTEP money line for me.
There you go, Mitch. Let's go UTEP money line plus 162. The sharpest book, but some of the books you'll find I saw plus 180 as high as that number there here against Sam Houston State. Yeah, Sam Houston State, I get nervous seeing them play in the red zone. When their quarterback with Keegan Shoemaker, it's tough.
Terrible,
it's
man.
a tough watch, man.
We talked about this during our NFL show today. It's way easier to lose every game than to win every game. It's way easier, and it happens way more often. And I think Sam Houston State is fully capable of losing every game. And the fact that they're favored with an 0-7 record against a team that's gone to bowl games in back-to-back years, even though they're having a down year, you have players with bowl experience on this roster up and down. It's not like UTEP, invaded the transfer portal or something. This is just a stupid line. This is just a gift. This is like the Sharp Chaser special. It's like, it's like, the money looks weird. The sharps must be, it's like, you're dead.
Yeah, against the conference, Sam Houston State has given up 407 yards and 29 points a game. That's against Conference USA, which is the gateway to college football now, where all the FBS teams FCS teams enter college football now. Seems to be Conference USA. They have
played some of the tougher teams, though. Like the schedule has been tougher. BYU, Texas A&M, Jacksonville State, Liberty, New Mexico State, and then the loss to FIU, which makes it say that, it was a tough schedule or whatever, but even against the shitty teams, you suck. And I think that's what we're going to see here.
All right, Mitch on UTEP, money line plus 180 against Sam Houston State tonight, 8 Eastern time. Where Mitch, let us know what's happening over at Pick Dogs Premium Sports Chat Place. Of course, as we start the NBA season.
We got so much going on that it's just really impossible to put our arms around it in one short little brief thing here. So I'm not even going to try. But what I'm going to say is with the NBA season starting, with college basketball starting in just about a week and a half, away, we're not one of those sites or channels that just say, okay, well, now NFL and football are over, we'll start covering the NBA and basketball. We give all sports equal treatment. So there are other channels and other sites that are going to maybe show up a little bit more prominently than us for NFL. That's because they're all in on NFL. We're not all in on anything. We're all in on winning and all in on covering every game every single day all year long. And that's why you can see we came out of the gate swinging on the NBA. Jay's Jam Session, we did videos on every single game, and then a morning show, we covered all the games. And here we are on the drive-through covering the games again. Tatum and Brown, you suck. Anyways, what's up, Tony?
Hey, what's happening, Mitch? All right, there you got it from Mitch there. Catch them in the mornings. And, of course, the video series, tons of them up here, 7 picks, 5 minutes. Roundtable discussion as well with the professionals.
Tatum sucks in 5 minutes.
There you go. You got it there from Mitch. All right, Mitch, have a great night, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Aloha.
Oh, wow. Mitch here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next, Big Al McMordie. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. I want you guys to stay tuned and listen about his all access you want to get covered here with Big Al. Big Al, what's happening?
Hi, Tony. How are you?
Doing great. Looking forward to the NBA, start of the NBA season, and we know who's playing for the Spurs, right?
Yeah, Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, sure.
There you go. There you go. The NBA beginning here tonight. But Big Al, we're going to be looking here tonight at the Wizards and Pacers going head-to-head here on the court. The Pacers have moved up from 4 to 4.5 now. We see total 235.5.
Well, I guess that's one way to looking at it. Moved down from 7, right? I mean, they were favored a lot a couple days ago. They had a losing record last year. They were 35-47, and now they're favored in this game. And I just don't like laying points in game one with teams that had a losing record the previous season, and especially not if the team they're playing didn't have a worse record, which Washington didn't. So in this situation, Tony, going back to 1990, our losing teams from the previous season, they've covered just 37.3% as a favorite in game one. Also take a look at Indiana, how poorly they've done as a favorite. They're 33-50 with 2 pushes ATS. So it's no bargain on the Pacers. I'm grabbing the points with the Wizards.
All right, Big Al says grab the points with the Wizards, +5, +4.5. Do your line shopping here. Get the best numbers. There is a 5 out there in some of the U.S. legal U.S. sports books up there, so you'll see plenty of 5s out still in the marketplace. So, again, as we said before, do your line shopping. Of course, get the best numbers. No doubt, of course, Big Al here on this Wizards team. Of course, we enter the NBA season here. Any teams that stick out for you this year? Of course, you always like to mention teams to win the title. Any?
Oh, great minds think alike. I'm with Jay.
Oh, good thing you came on after Mitch.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. I mean, I think it's a short list this year of teams that can actually win the title. Yeah, there could be a team that could get to the championship round like Miami did last year, but they weren't going to win it. For me, it's a short list. It's Denver, it's Phoenix, it's Milwaukee, and Boston. And I was thinking about Milwaukee, but when Terry Stotts stepped down as coach, when he got into that, kerfuffle with Griffin, that was enough for me to just, throw Milwaukee to the side. I just don't want to put my money on a team with that kind of drama going on behind the scenes, and it just kind of was a red flag with Adrian Griffin. I don't know what the hell's going on with him, why he couldn't make it work with Stott. So I tossed Milwaukee. Kevin Durant's a pussy, so I tossed Phoenix. And
Warriors?
I mean, to me, it was like Boston was the best team that I know will be in the conference finals. So
there you go. You got to get to the finals.
I like Boston. I just really like Porzingis as a third option. I think they've got a lot of position versatility. I don't care what they did the last few years. It's a different team. So I'll take the Celtics.
Take the Celtics. No one's talking about the Clippers this year, so this might be their year. Everybody wants to stay away from them, which is funny. No, there's no way. Nope.
I mean, if Kevin Durant's a pussy, what does it make Kawhi Leonard?
Oh, goodness. There you go. Former Spur. There you go.
No, you got to fucking play.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't, you can't just ride the bench and not play and think everything's going to magically happen in June and May. It's not. I don't know.
And that's what the brass have said. We got to focus better, have a better regular season that will carry into the playoffs. So, all right, Big Al tonight. Wizards plus the 5. There's 5s out there against the Pacers tonight at 7 Eastern time. We're at Big Al. Let's take a look over at Pick Document for tonight's big NBA card. 12 on the board. Hockey, college football, head into football, NFL on a Thursday tomorrow. Good results last 7 days. What do you have going on over at Pick Docs Premium?
I've got my Conference USA game of the year in college football. I'm 45-22. My last 67 college football conference games or totals of the year. So that's a big play. I've got the Thursday night NFL winner. I've got college football for Thursday and Friday. I'll probably be in action in the NBA on Friday. I'm not playing today or tomorrow in the NBA, but could have a lot of plays Friday if certain things happen today, which they usually do. And then I'll have a lot of probably about 10 NFL plays on the weekend, and I will finish up my Saturday college football overnight, so I'll get a better picture of what Saturday looks like tomorrow.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Big Al McMordie over at Pick Doctrine. Good for past 7 days, so good time to get on board with one of Big Al's long-term passes. We have the 30-day pass. Get on board with that. Get all Big Al's premium plays for that period of time you select. When you go to his handicapper page, make that purchase. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off.
Who's your official pick to win the title this year?
Last year I had Denver.
Denver last year. That's what I'm asking you. What you have this year?
I know. It's been tough for me to come up with a team because I'm trying to see on the West who can beat Denver this year. The Warriors. Boy.
I need your pick today. I don't need it.
Yeah,
in December,
I know. I know that. All right, I'm going to go with the Warriors.
Not taking Denver again. I thought maybe you would take the.
Yeah, I don't like what the general manager said. How we look. We made a comment about. Well, they asked him why they moved Brown because he said he doesn't play defense. Then he said we're a very tired team coming into the season. So I don't like hearing that.
Yeah. What do you think about Phoenix?
Yeah, the Phoenix Suns. That's again Durant. Booker, those are two pretty good players there, but I don't know how they're going to last the entire season. Durant is fragile. I mean, it's the wears and tears. Yeah, you look great now, but the wear and tear can really take its toll on Durant, and they're going to ask a lot out of him too this season.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I could see them. I could see them getting to the finals. I don't know.
Yeah, the Lakers are another team. Can you keep them on the court? Anthony Davis, LeBron, they're getting up there. A little better supporting cast, but there's a Vanderbilt can help. But again, a lot of times we get down to the trade deadline, and you can make that one big move. We talked about expiring contracts. There are a few players out there that may be out and escape that be run.
Well, I think Memphis is I think the Memphis Grizzlies are a team that could, depending on how the first half of the season goes, the Grizzlies might want to, go all in and try to, do something in February at the trade deadline. So that's a team maybe. No one ever talks about Memphis because, of all the off-court stuff with Morant and, he's missing all these games. But, I mean, they've been a really, really good team the last couple of years.
Here's a team. Are the Pelicans. Because if you can keep Zion, Ingram, and McCollum on the court together, they have some really good numbers on the court together. And so does Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. But those are the two teams with the big injury question marks over them. The numbers tell you they're phenomenal when in those situations, but again, they got to be healthy, and Zion can't get got to manage his conditioning. Ingram gets injured a lot, so
I just think down in Memphis that's a management group that might want to push in its chips this season because there's going to be other teams up and coming. They're not going to have that long to kind of go for it.
Gotcha.
You've got Oklahoma City up and coming. In a few years it'll be San Antonio. So, a team like Memphis really needs to make a decision now what they're going to do.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we'll see how the drama unfolds here in the NBA. Big Al, let everybody know about your All Access.
Sure. If folks want to join, it's you can text Big Al to 775-636-7676. With the All Access, you get all the games rated. So if I've got 10 plays on a Sunday, you get them rated 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So you know which ones are the strongest. You can also ask me about any game on the board. If you've got a research question, you can ask me. So it's any game you want, any opinion you want. Just get in touch with me. It could be 5 minutes before the game. It's 24/7 All Access. And then you get additional plays beyond what's on the premium service. So maybe there's 6 or 7 other games that almost made the card. You get those as well.
That's right, guys. So get in touch with Big Al on the All Access. All right, Big Al, have yourself a great evening, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Thanks, Tony. Talk to you on Thursday.
You got it. Big Al McMordie here on the Drive-Thru. Let's continue here on the Drive-Thru. Up next, let's go ahead and welcome in Wayne Scott. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring him in right now. It's been covering the NBA for us in the summer league, and then, of course, into FIBA, into the preseason, and now we're ready into the regular season now. So, Wayne, ready to roll here with us here in the NBA. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? What's going on, Pick Dog family? Hope everybody doing good out there tonight.
Everything's going well out here. Wayne never took his foot off the gas in basketball, whether it was FIBA, whether it was World Cup, Summer League, preseason. He's been covering NBA, has a good read in the NBA. And here's one for tonight here. Timberwolves and the Raptors going head-to-head. This is a close one here. Raptors laying a point and a half, total 221.5.
Yes, sir. I'm looking to continue off of yesterday. Nice little 2-0 start off of yesterday. If we go in this game, typically, it's the first game. You're not going to look at too much of the past, but you can look at the past with this game because these teams haven't changed much. If anything, the Raptors got better. They did lose Van Fleet in the offseason, but they got Schroeder. If you look at the numbers are predominantly the same. Schroeder's a better offensive player than people think, and he's way better than Van Fleet defensively. Toronto was 8-2 in their last 10 against Minnesota. Toronto is also the better home team. They were 9th in the NBA at home, going 27-15, winning at 64%. On the other side of that, Minnesota, 12th in the NBA when they was on the road last year, 19-25. Like I said, their team hasn't changed much. I'm not a believer in Mike Conley. Yes, the best player on the floor will be on Minnesota, but I like the Raptors here. I'm not a believer in Mike Conley. They're missing the key contributor in Jaden Daniels, and they'll have Nicole Alexander-Walker starting in his spot. He was on the Canada team, and he couldn't even start over Dylan Brooks, so I'm not just a believer in him in that aspect of it. Rudy Gobert, I think yes, last season there was a lot of talks about breaking up Toronto, but I think the same talks will be on Minnesota this season about breaking these guys up. There's already some early rumors that Karl Anthony Towns is in the trademark. But besides the numbers, besides me feeling like Toronto has the better starting lineup, they're the tougher team. They have the more solid big man. I like Siakam and Patel. They're the better rebounding team and the better defensive team. And I like their additions, man. They have the better bench with Gary Trent, Jalen Daniels, Broussard, and I I can't even say his name, but he's an excellent defender. A Chewy. And adding Grady Dick and Marquise Noel, the point guard from Kansas State, big additions for their bench, definitely when it comes to offense. And I just love them in this spot, money line over the Wolves, man. I'm not a believer in the Wolves this season. I will be on them in spots, but Toronto, tough, scrappy team at home. Taking Toronto here.
All right, we got Wayne here on the Raptors here, money line, a home team, minus 115 here against the Tivas. Of course, coaching change there in Toronto. No more Nick Nurse. Darko Rakovic takes over now. Of course, they're trying to improve the three-point shooting, trying to improve the half-court set, where I don't know if the Timberwolves have the defense to force Toronto in the half-court, but when Toronto was in the half-court last year, they had a lot of problems in that one. Also, player noticed here is that, keep an eye on here, Siakam is on a contract year, and OG has the option to leave after next season. Those are two players on everyone's radar.
Yes, sir. OG, he had a lot of time off with the second half of the season with them trying to figure out what they were going to do with him. He should come back energized, and he's a bucket getter. Not only is he a bucket getter, he's somebody that can cancel out Edwards on the other side. He's known for his defense. So, as you mentioned, contract years always brings up big play for these guys. I actually like this Toronto team, man. I believe they continue the same philosophy last year. Defense first. They will need to bring up that three-point shooting. I do believe they made the additions to do that. Gary Trent Jr. is a great three-point shooter. Drafting Grady Dick and Marquise Noel, man. He's going to be a sneaky guy that gets in this lineup. Short guy, but he balled out for Kansas State all season, and I think he can come in here and up this three-point shooting in this game.
All right, there we go with Wayne here. I want to bring this game up because this game has got a lot of discussion today. It's obvious it's the ESPN game, Celtics and Knicks going head-to-head. We saw a 4 early in the afternoon. Celtics still 3.5. We see the total here at 223.5.
Yeah, man, tricky game. I stayed away personally. I can make a case for both sides, but to me, the safest play on this, although a little juicy, would be Celtics money line. Definitely based off of preseason and based off of additions, man. I like the Knicks, man. They're a scrappy team, strong bench, strong defense, but overall, I just think the Celtics, the additions they made with Holiday and Porzingis, will be the outcome of this game. And they still got a good bench. They lost a couple pieces off that bench, but they still got a solid bench. I believe it'll be a uptick in minutes for Pritchard. He's been balling out all season, and a couple other guys coming off this bench. Strong back and forth, but I got the Celtics winning this one late. I'm staying away from that spread. It's right. That line looks pretty accurate to me.
What do you think about the post-All-Star break? We saw the Knicks played really good, second in offensive efficiency, 120 points per 100 possessions. The starting five's intact. There's continuity there with New York, and not a whole lot of roster. They do add DiVincenzo, and of course the off issue with the size here for Boston with all the movement get a little smaller.
Yes, sir, man, Tony. I actually love the Knicks. I was on them a lot last season. Me and Jay was talking a lot during the playoffs, and I was telling him, like, man, the Knicks going to beat the Cavs. They're better than the Cavs. They didn't play as well deeper in the playoffs as I thought. But, yeah, man, solid team just overall, man. Between Jalen Brunson, those guys you mentioned, Hart, they have a solid squad. But I believe that the Celtics made the additions to just make it tougher on the Knicks than in years past. But Knicks is definitely no write-off team. Could they sneak it and win it on money line here at home? Yeah, they could. But like I keep saying, I believe those additions that the Celtics made this line valid, in my opinion.
All right, there we go. Well, with the play here from actually with his opinion here from Wayne, who's been very good in basketball. We've talked to Wayne throughout the summer, and he has really come through with some really good performances in the summer league as well as in the FIBA World Cup. Of course, Hawks Hornets is one that was interesting to me. We're seeing now the Hornets a big dog, 4.5. Atlanta here on the road here to try to get the number here. Quinn Snyder here was that in-season addition held over here for the year in this one.
Yeah, man. This is how I play this one. I do a Chinese split with the Hornets. If you're betting one unit, $50 on them money line first quarter, $50 on them money line first half. I like the Hawks to win the game. They do have the better depth. When we're talking starting lineups, this Hawks team is tricky. They do have the players in their starting lineup, but I'm still yet to believe that they're going to play defense. Trae Young plays no defense. DeJounte Murray, he can play defense, but it depends who he's going against. He'll be matched up against Terry Rozier, and Rozier's going to make things hell for him. So these starting lineups match up a lot more to me than people will give it credit for. I like the Hornets early in this one, but I do think the Hawks have the depth to pull away late and get the win and cover. But a little bit on the first quarter and that first half money line with the Hornets. I won't be mad. Good money maker right there.
Good money maker there. So from Wayne. Wayne, this is an interesting one. This is your TV game tonight. Mavericks and Spurs. Still some questions regarding the soreness for Doncic. A little positive news on yesterday, as he wasn't experiencing any soreness when he was after practice. Still officially questionable for this opener. It may be although Mavericks Doncic still remains questionable, so we're going to see how he handles here. The warm ups. We're seeing the Mavericks here 4.5. Total sits here 230.5.
Yeah, if Luka doesn't play, then I would take the Spurs plus the spread. But if Luka plays, take the Mavs, man. It's just a little overreaction with Wemby. This Spurs team is pretty good, though. They got Sochan at the 1. So he played power forward last year. That's Popovich being a little weird with his lineup. And I think it'll actually work, too. He's not a bad dribbler. He's a good all-around player. And it'll cause some disruptions, but I just have to see how he's going to work it in with his lineup. As Big Al mentioned, this Spurs team has players outside of Wemby. Vassell is one of them guys who's a sleeper. A lot of people don't talk about him, but he's had a big uptick in scoring. He's a little all-around guard for them. And if Luka plays, man, take the Mavericks, though. Take the Mavericks to pull away here late and cover the spread.
All right, there we go here from Wayne. One more here. We'll get to the late game. And, a lot of talk on Wemby. This is the one rookie I'm looking forward to seeing is in this game right here. That would be Trailblazers and Clippers here. Clippers 9.5 now, moving up here. Total 225.5. Man, Henderson at point guard, Simons, Sharp, Grant. I mean, this team is going to be fast on the court.
Yeah, Tony, I'm not gonna lie to you though. On the as far as the big spreads, the Wizards in Detroit, I see it. I see them covering. The Trailblazers, I see them keeping it close. But I like the fact that you keep pointing out that the Clippers are a better team than people think, man. And I think that this game will be back and forth in the first half. But I think that the Clippers get it going, and we can see them covering this large spread late, man. They play good at home. Like you mentioned, these guys are back. Paul George, he only played 2 quarters and had 26 points. Kawhi back on the court. Russ, they have the guards. They have a good depth. They have the big man. I like both of their centers that they have, that they alternate, man. Trailblazers are going to come to fight early. They're a good young team, but it's going to take them a while to mesh. So with that being said, this Clippers team has played pretty well together last year when they were on the floor together. They're all pretty much on the floor together. I know they're missing Trey Mann, but I think they can cover the spread. I see why it's going in this direction. I'm not a big fan of laying 9, but out of all the big spreads, this is the one I would lay. I would lay the 9 with the Clippers tonight.
Yeah, and that's true because too many players under 25, too many young guys on this Trailblazers team, and those young guys, all offense, not much defense.
Facts. No, I expect big things from Scoop, but this team still got to gel, man. You got to give them time to gel with these guys.
Veteran Clippers there, just a little too muscular. It's going to be tough It's going to be tough to get inside tonight here against that Zubac. I'm sure he got pretty big. I'm sure he widened up a little bit in the weight room coming in. Covington in there as well. Westbrook. Again,
yes,
Westbrook improved his game with the Clippers around George and Leonard. So we'll see how this one rolls there with this Clippers. No one's talking. Everybody's writing off the Clippers. Maybe this is a time where they actually do something, is when everyone's writing them off. All right, Raptors money line on the record here with Wayne. All right, Wayne, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for tonight's action. Of course, we got NBA 12-game card. But World Series not far away with Wayne with fantastic numbers in Major League Baseball, a couple on college football. NFL coming back tomorrow. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I have a 3-pack, and I have my best bet in the college football. 5 plays altogether, so I got an extra play for my long-term subscriber. I am going pretty heavy in the NBA. Definitely at the nice 2-0 start yesterday. I've been reading the board very well. I've been studying a lot on these players, from the starters to the benches to the coaches. So I'm very comfortable with this NBA card, regardless if they got the data or not. So I'm locked in with the NBA ready. Just trying to turn it around a little bit in football. So I'm doing my deep dive, and I like this college football card and NFL card this week. So hopefully you see a big month for me, man. Birthday coming up on the 27th. So I'll be having all my plays in by tomorrow, actually. So everything's gonna be in there tonight. So to have all them plays and get on them early with me, get on that 3-day, 7-day, 30-day. I also have my seasonal passes out there for football and for basketball. So if that's something you want and not pay day by day, go ahead and grab a whole season with me, NBA, college basketball. Let's cash, man. Let's get to this money.
Let's get the money indeed with Wayne Scott over at Pick Dogs. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout, save you 15% off. Multi-capper promotion, even greater value there. All right, Wayne, as always, great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Should be a lot of boxing coming up next week, so I should have more videos. There's nothing this week but the Tyson Fury, and he goes against the MMA fighter. The odds suck on that. He's minus 1,600 to win, minus 550 for the knockout. I do believe he knocks him out eventually. Under-over was at about 5.5 rounds. I can't guess if Tyson Fury is going to be serious or play around with him the first few rounds. If it was a real boxer, I have a more of an input on it. But he might come around and play with this MMA fighter, get the money, give the fans what he's waiting for, and then get him out of there later in the round. So that's my little take on that without dropping my boxing videos, but they will be coming soon. Good luck on all your bets tonight. Appreciate you for having me, Tony.
You got it.
See you later, Pick Dog fan.
Okay, I tell you, Wayne Scott here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here on the drive-thru. We're going to bring in Rod Zawacky here in just a second. Let me just sneak in my pick really quick, and then we'll go ahead and get Rod. My game starts here. Top of the hour, we got college football on the board tonight. We'll put up that total, and then we'll get right to Rod here. 1 second here. Let me just get to my game here. We're just going to let you guys know. Actually, we'll do this here, and I'll be on here. That's Wayne's. Let me get here. We're going to go Jacksonville State, FIU under 47.5. Jacksonville State, a running style team. Look for them to run the football against this inefficient offense from FIU under 47.5. I think we're still there. Are we at 47.5? I'm seeing 48s in some places, but we'll get 47.5 or 48. You're line shopping, get the best numbers. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's go ahead and bring in Rod Zawacky, ready to roll with Rod. Let's bring him in right now. Rod, what's happening?
Not too much, just hanging out, waiting for the lone hockey to start. Gonna check out that college football as well. Definitely, I got the winner in that one, so definitely go check it out over at Pick Dogs. Scoop it up.
Scoop it up.
My play of the day, my 10-star play of the day. College football has been money this year. Dime better's up over $8,000, so
nice.
Heading over to Pick Dogs and scoop it up. Promo first. Now we'll get into some free plays.
Let's get to TNT Television, the lone game tonight. Capitals, Devils going head-to-head. Caps, Dogs here. Devils 235, total 6.5.
Yeah, look at this one. Capitals are big dogs here in this one because they've been awful this season. You look at their offense, and it's been a scary situation. Dead last in the NHL offensively, averaging 1.2 goals a game. Well, score goals, really tough to win hockey games. Capitals have looked awful. And guess what? They're starting a new goalie tonight. Hunter Shepard's going to get the start here for the Washington Capitals. You know what? But he looks good in the AHL. Over his last few starts, he's 30, 11, and 5. He's got a 2.11 goals against average, 920 save percentage. They're hoping for good, bright things from this young and up-and-coming goalie here for Washington. And I think he has a good start. On the other side, you look at the Devils goalie, Schmid, is getting the start here in this one. And he's 2-0 versus Washington lifetime. 1.11 goals against average, 952 save percentage versus the Caps in his 2 career starts versus them. You look at a Washington team that got beat down last time out. They lost by 3+ goals. And you know what? When they do that, teams get embarrassed. They still have a little bit of heart and grit, and they got embarrassed. They come back in this one with a little more fight. And when they do that, they're 11-5 to the under on this Washington Capitals. So we go a different way. We've seen this Devils team very offensively score a whole lot of goals, but I think tonight, tougher spot on the back-to-back after playing last night, having to come in here, a little tired legs. I think goals come at a premium in this one. And at 6.5, you get a nice plus price. Capitals 4-1 to the under on the year. Take the under in this one.
Rod says go under here. Capitals and Devils, both teams on back-to-backs. They do the short straws. They were the one team that had to play.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. After everybody plays, we got to have one game tomorrow night. We don't have to have a couple. We get one. Everybody pick a straw in the summer, and this is what we got, I think. I wouldn't doubt if that happened. Ping pong balls. We everybody get rolled into the ping pong ball, and what pops out, this is what you get.
This is what you got. Capitals, Devils, get out there. You're going to need the back-to-back. And we're going to make it worse. You're going to have to cross customs there, Washington, from Montreal.
Yeah, coming from Montreal, yeah.
To Toronto.
Search you, and everybody's going to get their bag stuffed. And, yeah. Tough spot here for the Capitals. That's why the Devils are favored. I would lean to the Devils, but I like the under.
Yeah.
This under is going to be good. I think this goalie, Hunter Shepard from the Capitals, is going to be a good guy. Watch out for him. Future goalie for Washington. They go over me in the bites.
All right, let's get the promo in again here. We're reaching the top of the hour, Rod. Let everybody know what you have going over at Pick.com. Look at the numbers. NFL, college football combined 13, 17 units of profit.
Yeah, it's rolling right along in NFL and college football combined. I don't know if I got one play today. My 10-star play of the day in college football. I don't know where it's the only play I got going today, and it is in the college football action. So scoop it up. Love that play to continue rolling along in college football this year. Head on over. You also have about a mid-season pass, NFL, college football combined. You get both sports all in one, $5.99 over there at pickdogs.com. Scoop that up. Use that promo code PICK and check out. Save 15% off that purchase. And let's continue to crush the bookies in football. Loving football this year, Tony. Just seeing it very well, and I'm excited about it.
Absolutely,
Can't wait.
Guys. Get on board with Rod Zawacky. Get those long-term passes. Use that promo code PICK. Check out. Find the link to the premium page in the description. All right, we talk college football. Some overtime here. What NFL opening line stuck out to you?
What NFL opening lines stuck out to me the most this week? For me, it was it's looking at Buffalo again, 8.5. Like this Thursday game. I'm sorry, but I'm not laying it with Buffalo. No chance. There's no chance I'll ever lay it again this year with Buffalo at 8.5. They're so one-dimensional. As we talked about it on the Tuesday show, that Briggs is just this player who you double team him and look what happens. The Patriots win. Mac Jones beats you. There's nothing I can say about that one. Popped out. I was like, are you serious? You're going to make the Buffalo Bills here against that Tampa D? They're in trouble. They're in trouble.
And that line opened the total opened 41 now to 43.
And now it went up. Yeah, we're gonna see more scoring in that game. Yeah, I don't think so. Let it go up. Don't rush to bet that one. Bet it under as it gets closer to game time.
Yeah, concern about Purdy, whether or not he'll be healthy. Right, looks like concussion protocol. That line went down from San Francisco 6 down to 3.5 now against a Bengals team that looks to be a little better. Now, the cap a little better now for Burrow.
A little better, but why are they giving you that hook with the Bengals? Right, 3.5 there. Yeah, I don't know. That looks like they're trying to beg you to get the Bengal money. I don't know. I think this 49ers team is going to be a little bit disgruntled after a couple of losses here, losing to the Vikings in primetime. I think they're going to be mad.
Oh, no, they're gonna be
mad. Sorry, but with the Bengals and the plus 3.5, I'm not doing it.
After two straight losses there, and now the Chiefs and the Broncos open 9. It's down to 8, 7.5, and 7 in some places. Broncos getting money in this game.
The overreaction to the Broncos win this past weekend. You do remember the Broncos defense is awful. I remember they played Washington earlier this season, and the Washington had 10 drives in that game, and 8 of those drives resulted in scoring plays, either field goals or touchdowns. And in this one, now you're going to face the Chiefs. That Chiefs defense is fierce. Don't underestimate that Chiefs defense. They are fierce. They're definitely in my number 2 in the NFL right now in my power rankings for sure, right behind the Eagles. The Chiefs number 2 defense. They won. The defense shut out the Chargers last week in the second half. And what are they going to do this week? Good luck, Russell Wilson. Run, buddy, run. Because you're in trouble. Here comes the Chiefs T on your butt.
All right. P.J. Walker leads the Browns with that defense into Seattle. That one opened 3-0, up to 3.5. Seattle favored 3.5 here against the Browns, total 38.
Yeah, and P.J. Walker with that. I haven't heard any news, but remember, he's played his 3 games off of the practice squad. So they've kind of had the test trial of him. So what are they going to do with P.J. Walker? They're going to have to put him through waivers and hope that nobody all of a sudden just scoops him up. I don't see that anybody ready to jump and scoop this guy up. He's hitting 50% on his passes. They scoop him up. I don't know. But that's what you got to do. You either got to sign him now, or you have to put him through waivers and hopefully sign him back to another 3-day deal on the practice squad, because it doesn't look like Watson's going to go this week for the Browns. So for me, that one, you know what? That Browns defense is another defense that can just win you a game. You're going to give me points with the Browns. I think I got to take it there. I kind of lean towards the Browns there.
Battle of New York. Battle of New York, Jets and the Giants. The Jets road favorites the Giants designated home team. Jets about 3. There's some 2.5s on the board there. Total about 36.5 now. Boy, it's getting low.
It's getting low. Well, yeah, because that's going to be a defensive grudge match. Those teams don't like each other. They're going to battle each other hard. And we seen the Giants last week. That defense is just as good as the Jets defense. Offensively, both teams struggling a little bit offensively in the points. I see why the totals dipped down. Might be a little too low. I think I would have to go with the Jets. The Giants were lucky to sneak out a win against Washington. Riverboat Ron didn't make the call. He should have went for it there on fourth down when it was 14-7 and Washington had the ball down deep in the territory, and instead he decided they should kick a field goal. I was like, what? Why you could get a field goal there? Normally Riverboat Ron is the guy that goes for it, and he drives it down the throat and punches that touchdown in. Why they go with the field goal floors me a little bit. They even went down there again and
Gamblers Anonymous.
Touchdown.
Blame it on
Gamblers. Exactly.
I mean,
he's kind of lightening it up a little bit.
Exactly.
I think that's what's going on. Riverboat Ron isn't as often ready as he used to be.
He went to Gamblers Anonymous,
and now he's a little soft. I think so. He used to be. Hey, Riverboat Ron, just so you know, the analytics say you go for it there. Even the announcers were like, hey, the analytics say go for it. Even the fans want him to go for it.
Yeah, that's no truth. Okay, here's one. Rams and Cowboys. This one opened 5.5. Cowboys now up to 6.5. Total 45.5.
Yeah, and I think for good reason. They're out there bye this week, and I think they're going to come out a little bit angry and mad. I think that Cowboys defense is going to prove a little this week. Someone's going to get sacked a couple times.
Jaguars opened up.
Mike,
Yep. Jaguars opened up a point out. They're up to now 2.5 at Pittsburgh in a day game.
In a day game, right? Yeah. See, and I'm going. Everybody's going to overreact to this Pittsburgh. As I said on Tuesday, I like this Jags team. Their defense is. Jags are on the rise for me. They're number 5 on my power list. I like what I've seen from that defense. You know what it did? What we said on Tuesday. That trip to London brought that team together, and you look, ever since they've went to London, that team's come together, defense come together, and they've strung 4 wins together. So how can you go against the Jags? I'm going to go against. I like the Jags there against Pittsburgh.
And will the Lions be mad? Well, the bookies, bettors
definitely
say yes. The Lions now up to from 7.5 now up to 8.5. I see a 9 out there right now against the Raiders.
Yeah, and I'm not, of course, because the Raiders were awful. Jimmy G is supposed to be back for this one. Is he back? Probably. I'm going to say that from what I hear, he's back. But there's still too many question marks for me to lay that many with Detroit. If you look, I believe there's still 6 guys that are questionable on that injury list for the Lions. And if some of those guys don't get back, they're a beat-up team, this Lions team. We've seen the way Baltimore came in and run them over. And if some of those players aren't back this week for Detroit, it could be a long day again.
A lot of chalk. A lot of big chalk this week.
And that's a lot of chalk to lay. Yeah, I don't want to lay that kind of.
There is a lot of chalk to lay. I mean,
team.
You're looking at Ravens 8.5 on the road, and we're seeing the Chargers laying 8 at home. Boy, there's a lot of chalk on this week's board.
There is.
And the Dolphins laying 8.5.
Yeah, but as I said on the Tuesday show, I like that to go to a little more. On Julie and 19.5. I think they win by 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
Mac Jones is awful. Come on. A little bit of overreaction.
That's right.
Mac Jones is not that good. If I gotta see a Mac Jones celebration like he just won the Super Bowl of one win again, yuck. God, that guy is awful.
And it was a defensive scheme that put you in that position. That's really what it comes down to.
Right? Yeah. Come on, bring in the heat. Let's see the Miami Heat and how it goes. Come on, we want some
right.
sun.
Who's your NBA time? We got everybody's NBA champion. Who's your NBA champion, Rod?
See, I just you took it from me. You like the Clippers. Well, you didn't. I like the Clippers here. When was the last time you heard that Kawhi Leonard actually played in a preseason game and actually put in some minutes? I'm sorry, I haven't heard that in a long time. I like the Clippers this season. I think they're going to be a solid team. Watch out, they'll be a sleeper team. I think they go far in the playoffs. Kawhi just gets up as long as they stay healthy. Right? The last few years, they've definitely injuries have plagued this team, and but healthy-wise, it is the first time you've seen three guys on the court that are together. They're like, ooh, they're actually together. Let's see.
Yeah, they showed the line that.
And then you had Russell in there. Yeah, I think it's. I like the Clippers tonight, especially. I think they easily cover that double-digit spread. I'm with Wayne was leaning into it. I'm hard in giving you the Clippers here minus the 9.5 where it is. I'm sorry, but I like the Knicks. I'm not laying that kind of
I agree with you there too.
Rights with Boston. I'm not gonna lay that with the Celtics. No way.
No way. Now with too much change, too many changes with that Celtics team.
Yeah, it's gonna take them a few games to gel and get back together to get to become a cohesive unit. The Knicks are a lot of return guys, and
they're a good regular season team. You know, Knicks, you take in the regulars and you fade in the postseason. That's what you do with the Knicks. Right?
And then add in the Raptors there tonight too, and there's your nice little 3-team.
There you go.
For you. You
go
the Raptors lay the points. Knicks money line, Raptors money line. Love that with Wayne. I'm a homer. It's a homer. It's my team. I got to go with the Raptors.
Got to go with the Raptors. You got to get those guys signed though. You got to get those guys signed. You got to get OG signed.
We do. We got to get those guys signed. Yeah, we got to get
them signed. That's going to be a big.
I think they do though. I think Jerry in the back, he'll get the job done. He'll get the sign.
There you go. All right, Rod. Let everybody know about your video series. We catch that NHL series. Of course, tomorrow is going to be a busy one.
Yeah, busy day tomorrow. 11 NHL games tomorrow. Like, subscribe. That way you get notified when those videos drop and you get the best of the number with us. 11 hockey plus parlay video going there. So definitely check those out. Appreciate everybody here at Big Dogs.
You got it.
Love it. Sports is getting right rolling. We got 2 weeks away, and it's my birthday, and then happy birthday to me. College basketball is back the same night.
We're about 2.5 weeks away. Yep, not too far away from college basketball. All right, Rod, have a great night. Enjoy Thursday, and we'll catch you on Steak Friday.
Yeah, you as well, Tony. Watch out for the Zags again. They used the transfer portal and brought somebody over, Beyond's over there with the squad now. So watch out. Still like the Zags.
Still likes the Zags. So keep an eye on college basketball.
Still like the Zags.
There we go. Not too far away. All right, Rod, have a great night. Rod Zawacky here on the drive through. All right, let's continue on here on the show, guys. You got my picks, so let's get right to the recap, and we'll call it a night here and enjoy the NBA action here starting here as soon. All right, let's go ahead and bring up the recap screen. Jay got us with the Thunder plus 2.5 against the Bulls. Mitch like UTEP. Take them on the money line. Plus the 180 against Sam Houston State. Big Al McMordie says Wizards plus 5 against Pacers. Wayne on Raptors money line minus 115 against the T-Wolves. We had Rod here, Capitals Devils under 6.5. I'll beat Jacksonville State, FIU under 47.5. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Drive Thru, guys. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our Cappers and Pick Dogs and Sports Chat place. They'll go with their place for you live here on the show. Remember, it always gets started with that morning show, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time during the week. You got Mitch, you got Chris, you got Jay, and of course we got Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Betting Tools Show. We also have the wrap around here video series from Chris with that NHL videos. Jay's Jam Session, NBA, every game on the board. Romanelli with his college football MLB rundown. Your face here, World Series here from Nick Menken. Also, he's contributed with a new video series as well. Remember, all access here with Big Al McMordie, public betting as well with Dana Lane. So check him out. A lot of content, great content here on the channel, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications so when we're live, you're live with us. get the plays in real time, get the best numbers. All right, that's going to do it here for our show. Let's go ahead and bring in our cappers from tonight's show. Going to wave goodbye, guys. You guys have a great afternoon, evening. We'll